What's going on, guys? How many of you have ever heard of Jason A? He's got his own channel, puts a lot of stuff out about the end times, dead birds, dead fish, earthquakes, things of that nature, to give you a biblical perspective of where we're at. Does a really good job, man. So anyway, I follow him quite a bit. Yesterday, he put out a video, and I'm going to put it down below so you guys can watch it about the children and how these elites that run the world and Hollywood and all this stuff, he's adding more proof that, most of us already know what's going on, okay? How these kids are being raped and killed, and some of these cults are even, sucking the juice out of their brain, their blood, drinking their blood. And I mean, dude, once you realize how deep it goes, guys, you would not be voting for politicians. You would be yanking them out of office because it's sickening, and they all know about it. Okay, look at Jeffrey Epstein, guys. Okay, you guys think that every single politician and all the world leaders didn't know what this guy was doing? Raping these kids. He was pimping them out to all these world leaders. Donald Trump, as an example, you guys think that Donald Trump and all these other, Bill Clinton was on this guy's plane. How many times going back and forth to this private island where they're raping and killing kids? Ladies and gentlemen, that's what's going on that island. That's why it's over in the middle of the ocean, hidden where nobody else can have access to it except these world leaders. Okay, so you know exactly what's going on that island, what was happening. Okay, you think Trump, he had interviews where he absolutely came out and said that Epstein, well, he's a good guy, but he likes his women younger. He come right out and said that. So what I'm trying to tell you guys is that all these world leaders, they knew exactly what this guy was doing, raping these little kids, killing these little kids, and they did absolutely nothing. Okay, they kept their mouths shut while this pimp, this demon pimp, was making millions and millions and hundreds of millions of dollars. I mean, he was being paid by all these world leaders to supply them with children. And again, guys, once you watch this video down below, you're going to get a little bit more on how deep this goes, and how evil these wicked bastards really are. Nancy Schaefer, have any of you ever heard of her? Again, I brought her name up before. She used to be a congresswoman for Kentucky or Tennessee or whatever, but her and her husband were going after the DCFS. That's Child Protective Services, because she found out that Child Protective Services was taking kids from perfectly normal families that couldn't afford lawyers and handing them over to pedophiles for cash. It was a business, ladies and gentlemen. She found out about it somehow, but I'm sure she's not the only one who knew about it. But her and her husband were going after DCFS, and they were in the process of exposing the DCFS for doing just that. They were both murdered, okay? It was set up. They said her husband shot her in the head, and then he shot himself. Absolutely false, man. What was about to happen, people like Clinton and everybody else that was involved in what the DCFS was doing, raping these little kids and killing these little kids, drinking their blood and doing whatever the hell else they were doing to them, their heads were about to roll. We can't, these people, there's powerful demons that run the world. And if somebody's going to expose them people are going to die. That's exactly what happened to Nancy Schaefer. So it really goes as deep as even the DCF, these demons have a branch of the government called the DCFS. They take your kids away from you if they deem it's necessary, and they put them in the hands of people that are paying them money to rape these kids and do whatever they want to do. You don't think it would go that far. You don't think it goes that deep, but it does. It absolutely does. This is how deep the rabbit hole goes. Again, guys, you don't think Trump and all these guys knew what Epstein was doing? All their names are in his book. And now that Epstein is dead, and now that this virus came out, I can almost guarantee you that Epstein and all the people that were going to go into jail, supposedly, they're being protected by the system anyway, but everybody who should be in jail for the rest of their lives, which pretty much equal all these politicians, Epstein is going to go bye-bye. Okay, I can almost guarantee you that with this virus and everything else that may have been pre-planned in the beginning to get these people off the hook, Epstein is going to go bye-bye. Epstein would have never been convicted anyway. Okay, they convicted him the first time and they let him off the hook with a slap in the wrist. Okay, but then too many people started crying about it, which should have been happening. And so they had to bring it up again because it was coming out in the news. Anyway, with all that said, guys, I'm going to make the point again one more time. If everybody understood just how corrupt and evil these governments are, you would not be shaking their hand. You would not be electing them. Okay? You would be begging God to open the pits of hell so you can throw their asses in there right now before their time. All right, man, watch the video down below. Check it out. Just adds a little more proof to the pudding, you know, of what the hell is going on and how deep it goes. All right, guys, peace out. Take care. God bless.